Good morning. I'm Dan Flowers, President and CEO of your Akron-Canton Regional Food Bank. It's an honor to be here with all of you this morning. Thank you for joining us virtually as we kick off the 30th annual Harvest for Hunger campaign. Of course, we'd rather be celebrating with you, our dearest friends and supporters, in person over breakfast, but these unique times call for innovative solutions. We hope today's brief program energizes and inspires you to make a difference for the many families facing food insecurity in our community. Before we begin this morning's program, we'd like to thank our honorary campaign co-chairs, our energetic leaders guiding this year's campaign efforts. Returning co-chair, Elizabeth Bartz, President and CEO of State and Federal Communications, and Sam Folletta, the CEO of INSEPT. Thank you both for your leadership. This campaign directly impacts hundreds of hunger relief partners within our network and thousands of individuals, families, and senior citizens your food bank serves every day. So thank you again for joining us this morning and for your renewed commitment to local hunger relief. I'd like to now introduce the Vice President of the Food Bank, Ms. Shelley Hinton.
Thank you, Dan, and thank you all for tuning in to learn more about this year's Harvest for Hunger campaign. Can you believe we're celebrating 30 years? 30 years of you, our dedicated community of supporters, coming together to host dress down days, chili cook-offs, and donating so generously at local supermarkets throughout Checkout Hunger. 30 years of partnership with the Greater Cleveland Food Bank, Second Harvest Food Bank of the Mahoning Valley, and the Second Harvest Food Bank of North Central Ohio. We've been fighting hunger across 21 Northeast Ohio counties together for the past 3 decades. This campaign has become your food bank's largest annual fundraising initiative, which helps support food distribution all year long. Let's take a quick walk down memory lane to see how this cornerstone campaign became an integral component to our hunger relief efforts. The Harvest for Hunger campaign began in 1991 as a way for hunger relief organizations in Northeast Ohio to come together to create awareness and raise food and funds to support people in need. The campaign efforts were led by the Greater Cleveland Committee on Hunger. All the organizations worked together to help share the story of our neighbors facing hunger, to help amplify not only their voice, but the work of our collaborative network. More than 20 years ago, local supermarkets and retailers also got involved through Checkout Hunger. This instrumental component has raised millions of dollars for local food banks by asking their customers to donate at the cash register, and it's the easiest way for the local community to engage with the campaign. This campaign has evolved and changed so much throughout the years. The Harvest for Hunger logo has experienced a refresh, and this kickoff continues to change. This is the first time for a virtual kickoff. But before, we hosted all of you at the beautiful John S. Knight Center. The kickoff took place in our warehouse, in the basement of our facility on Grant Street in Akron, and even at our Hunger Relief Partner program sites. Regardless of where events are held, one thing is certain. The Harvest for Hunger campaign has always been the community's campaign. From the onset, it's been comprised of pancake breakfasts, jeans days, and spaghetti dinners. Over the years, we have seen so many different activities: singing idol competitions, school bus events, city and county challenges, impressive construction events, celebrity baggers, and so much more. Hundreds of businesses, schools and social groups, churches and civic organizations have come together over the years to raise food and funds for their local food bank. Leaders within our community spearhead these efforts, and the results have been outstanding. Because of this amazing support, millions of meals have been provided to people right here in Northeast Ohio. Last year was no different. Your support was felt overwhelmingly throughout this campaign and helped supplement our hunger relief efforts all throughout the year. And though 2020 was a difficult year for so many, this community stepped up in a tremendous way. The pandemic found its way to Northeast Ohio in early March, right when the campaign kicked off last year. As more and more families were out of work and in need of food, and our corporate partners were encouraging employees to work from home, we were concerned for the outcome of the campaign. We knew that in order to replenish our depleting inventory, fundraising dollars were necessary. Although food and funds drives looked different last year, people became creative, and our supermarket partners graciously extended their collections for Checkout Hunger. In a year with so many unknowns, your support, generosity, and kindness were known and greatly appreciated. Last year, Harvest for Hunger was vital in helping the food bank provide the equivalent of 27.4 million meals for our neighbors in need, a record-breaking year unlike any other. We want you to know it's because of all of you that we're able to make a difference in the lives of people who struggle with hunger in this community. We appreciate your continued support and for joining us this morning. I'd now like to introduce returning honorary campaign co-chair, Elizabeth Bartz.
It is great to be back serving as your co-chair for this vital fundraising campaign. Our Akron-Canton Regional Food Bank has been exceptionally busy this past year, and I'm so grateful for their efforts. I support the food bank because it is the smartest and most effective way to address hunger in our community. This campaign is extremely important for our community. It is critical to the food bank's ability to provide food to its network of hunger relief partners and our community members struggling with hunger. The campaign continues to be successful because of the outstanding leadership of the organizations and businesses in our generous community. It amazes me to see so many partners come together to support one common cause, feeding people and fighting hunger. Thank you to the organizations hosting virtual fundraisers on our behalf, for the corporations encouraging employees to give through payroll deduction, and for our media partners for their efforts in this campaign. We hope you will join us in renewing your support of Harvest for Hunger. And I'm excited to announce a great opportunity for you right here, right now. Because of the generosity of our faithful donors, all donations made online today until Friday, February 19th will be matched dollar for dollar, helping provide double the meals. I challenge all of you to support Harvest for Hunger today by visiting akroncantonfoodbank.org to make your donation. I'd now like to introduce Campaign Co-Chair Sam Falletta.
Thanks, Elizabeth. What a great way to participate in the campaign from the comfort of your own home. Typically, $1 helps provide the equivalent of 4 meals, but this week $1 is going to help provide 8 meals. What a great time for people to give. Another easy way to participate in the campaign is through Checkout Hunger. Our amazing supermarket partners will again lead the way by asking customers to donate at the cash register from February 21st through April 4th. Bueller's Fresh Foods, Dave's Supermarkets, Fisher Foods, Giant Eagle and Get-Go, and Heinen's Fine Foods continue to champion our mission. A very special thank you for their continued support, as it's invaluable to the food bank. You can also support Harvest for Hunger by coordinating a food and funds drive. If your organization is still gathering, host a dress down day or distant bingo game and collect food and donations for the food bank. And while non-perishable food items are always welcome, the food bank can make your dollar go further. So encourage your employees to donate through payroll deduction, give a corporate gift if you're able, or host a virtual food and funds drive. It's easy. Create an online donation page to share with your social networks. Don't let working remotely stop you from hosting a campaign. The food bank has a variety of virtual resources available, and we're hosting a virtual meeting on February 18th at 11:30 a.m. to share best practices and creative ideas. Email harvestforhunger@acrfb.org to register. Let us know if you'd like a campaign coordinator kit mailed to you to help you get started. Simply email harvestforhunger@acrfb.org or visit the Harvest for Hunger page on our website. Elizabeth and I are excited to serve as your co-chairs this year. We hope you'll join us in the fight against hunger. This cause is particularly important to us because in times of struggle, you see the strength of a community through the way they care for their most vulnerable. Let's all come together and make an impact for those who need us most.
The COVID-19 pandemic has certainly affected the Akron-Canton Regional Food Bank and food banks across the country in significant ways. I'm sure you've seen images of the long lines of cars that have been showing up in parking lots all around the country, and certainly right here in Akron, as we've been increasing the amount of community food distributions we do from our parking lot. Early in the pandemic, last March, the lines surged. More and more people were coming to the food bank in need of assistance. At times, the lines at our food distribution stretched from our parking lot all the way down Barchich Street to Main Street, sometimes over a mile. There was such a significant surge in requests for food, not just from our community food distributions, but certainly from the 500 soup kitchens, homeless shelters, and food pantries that get food from the food bank, that our inventory reached a 10-year low during the month of April in 2020. Were it not for community support, individuals coming forward with donations, financial, and food, we wouldn't have been able to increase our distribution and see the 20% surge in overall food availability for charities in this community. One of the things that came along and affected the food bank's ability to respond to this pandemic, perhaps more than anything, was the Ohio National Guard sending 42 members of the 145 Armored Unit out of Stowe, Ohio to the food bank back in late March. Together, we've stood side by side with these young soldiers, standing in parking lots all around the region, distributing millions of pounds of food, packing food boxes in our warehouse, and instituting a first ever food delivery program where we went from 0 food deliveries in 2019 to over 800 food deliveries on large LMTV military trucks during 2020. The service of these soldiers has been a perfect testament to their willingness to go where there's danger sometimes, and certainly go where the need is greatest.
Throughout this pandemic, the staff and the volunteers that support your food bank and our Hunger Relief Network have heard a lot from our neighbors, not just about the food that they're receiving, but about the circumstance that brought them there in the first place, and about some of the fear that they may have had before they arrived. And I can think of so many examples of small interactions that I've had with community members. When somebody comes to visit a food pantry, they have to sign in really quickly. It's a short process. And I can tell when somebody's new, when they've never been, because their eyes are down, their shoulders are tense. And when you're close enough to somebody, even when we're socially distanced, you can feel this tension and this fear. And so I always try to break the ice, compliment their hair or the sweater they're wearing, something like that, just to make it a little more comfortable, to connect us as human beings. Because there's not a lot that's different between us. I could be there next, and they could be helping me. That's how life works. And to have that moment where I see their shoulders go down, when they look me in the eye, when I can tell underneath their mask that they cracked a smile, that's why we're here too. We're here to give them food. We're also here to tell them it's okay to need somebody's help. That's what our network does. And so all of those stories, all of those experiences, I hope help us all understand that it's okay to need help, and that we shouldn't worry about why they needed it. Who are we to stand in judgment of other people? We have so much as a community to give, and there are so many people that need it. And I think that's a beautiful thing.
It is the duty and the mission of the food bank to continue our emergency response efforts, as the recovery of local families will take years. In the aftermath of the Great Recession, Ohio households did not recover to pre-recession levels for the entire decade. We will rise above these challenges to provide nourishing meals for the 1 in 6 people facing food insecurity in our community. Your food bank is implementing a robust plan to support the short and long-term food security needs of the region. The community was tremendously generous with its support of our network's hunger relief efforts in 2020. Because of this, we have a unique opportunity to meet the urgent needs of this moment, continue our emergency COVID-19 response and recovery efforts, and confront the many challenges ahead. Some key initiatives include continuing to make food deliveries directly to our hunger relief partners through our new pilot delivery program, helping save our network valuable time and resources. We've purchased an additional vehicle to operate a mobile pop-up pantry, providing food access to neighborhoods with limited resources. We will continue offering food distributions at our warehouse twice per month. And we've partnered with local health systems to spearhead hunger and health initiatives. Much of the funding we received last year was in response to COVID-19, and therefore we will remain true to donor intentions by investing in recovery efforts. We are in a position to pass this generosity along to the hundreds of pantries, hot meal sites, shelters, senior and children's programs feeding our neighbors in need. At the beginning of February, the food bank granted dollars to our hunger relief programs in the form of a full waiver of product fees until the end of 2021. And that will allow partners to invest in their capacity, in their infrastructure, and general operating support of their operations. We're so excited about the transformational changes that can happen in our network as a result of this opportunity. These investments will provide more than $4.3 million in additional food and capacity directly to food programs serviced by your food bank. All told, the food bank will distribute more than $40 million worth of food and essential items at absolutely no cost whatsoever to charities this year, and we couldn't be more excited about it. We thank you so much for your support that helped make it happen. This is a dream come true for the Akron-Canton Regional Food Bank and our network of charities. We've always hoped that we could do more, and I'd like to just offer a moment of personal commentary. I've been the CEO of the Akron-Canton Regional Food Bank for 18 years now. I've been food banking for over 20. My heart has always been with the charities that started this food bank and pretty much every other food bank around the country. The work that they do on the front lines is so critical, and we believe that our food bank's highest and truest and best calling is to support their work by providing as much food to them at the lowest possible cost. And so the ability to waive shared maintenance fees this year is the highest calling. And I couldn't be more proud of our board of directors and this community that supported us financially and put us in a position to support this fee waiver this year. But our heart is so in this with these charities. We're going to do everything we can to continue to seek pathways and opportunities to provide the most food at the lowest cost. So this great network of charities, ran almost exclusively by volunteers, out close in their community, working with people that are experiencing, and many times, the most significant needs in their lives, can have all the resources that they need to get that job done. So thank you so much for your support of the Akron-Canton Regional Food Bank. We love you, and we hope you're proud of us. We want to make you proud, and we want to do right by the faith and confidence that you've expressed in us. Thank you for joining us for our 30th annual Harvest for Hunger virtual campaign kickoff. We're so appreciative of your ongoing support. We couldn't do this work without you. We will not rest until our vision of a thriving community free of hunger becomes a reality. Join us now by donating online to the Harvest for Hunger campaign and have your gift matched at Akron-Canton-Foodbank.org. You can double your dollars and double your impact on our neighbors. Please consider supporting this year's campaign, and thank you for your steadfast support. It means so much to us. We are truly in this together, my friends. I want you to know that if no one's told you that they love you today, I want you to know that the Akron-Canton Regional Food Bank loves you. Thank you so much for your support. Have a great day.
Thanks so much for supporting Harvest for Hunger. We couldn't do it without you.
I think I messed up there a little bit.
Awesome. I wanted to get
I screwed up that one
I
paragraph.
just wanted to get
Some of them needed to temporarily or permanently close their doors. Ultimately, start over again. Okay. Someday I need like an outtakes video of how ridiculous I am between all of these.
At Akron-Canton Food Bank,
Elizabeth and I are excited. Yeah, that didn't sound very excited.
All right, what was the question again so I incorporate it correctly?
Now I'm fake excited. Hang on. Now I have to be real excited again. Hang on.
So, all right, here we go. I feel like it's hard to be serious with this hat on. Sorry. All right.
thank you for supporting the Harvest for Hunger campaign and the Akron-Canton Regional Food Bank.
Thank you for. Sorry.
What is proper boa etiquette? I feel like it needs a toss, right? Is that?
Thank you for supporting the Harvest for Hunger campaign and the Akron-Canton Regional Food Bank.
Is this as ridiculous as required?
Are we good?
You're good.
All right.